Good afternoon. We're back with some USWFL football. This time it's the All-Star action. The North versus the South. Game time coming up at 12 o'clock. I'm Adam Bell for Charlton Sportsnet. And tonight we have, or this afternoon rather, we have our special guest again from the Thunder, Coach Mike Wallace. Good to have you back, Coach.
Thank you. Thanks for having me back.
We had two big games yesterday, Coach. The Thunder winning the Iron Woman Championship, and then the Prodigy taking the whole thing last night. Well, a lot of ball yesterday, some good ball games.
Yeah, the thing I took away from the Prodigy yesterday, the game is that they are, they're deep as far as position players. They're very talented and they're well coached. 3 years in a row to be the national champions and have 6 points scored on them. Just an outstanding job. And then, of course, winning yesterday the national championship in the Iron Woman division for the Thunder. So proud of my girls for putting forth such an effort all year. And to go undefeated and win the championship is truly a blessing. So some great things. But now we have the culmination, which is the All-Star Game, where it's just talent out there for the most part. So we should see some really good football today.
We're going to have a good game this afternoon. I know you explained to me pregame that 15-minute quarters, but running clock. The only time it stops is for timeouts and injuries.
For a timeout and injuries, the only time the clock will stop, and it will be 15-minute running quarters. So there are some other rules, like can't blitz. There are no blitzing, and the quarterback is not allowed to run the football. Quarterback can scramble, but the quarterback's not allowed or supposed to be a designed run for the quarterback. Since there's no blitzing, quarterback can't have a design run. That's just the rule.
Oh, okay. A little bit different than a live game or regular game.
Right.
But that's to try to prevent the injuries and so forth, I would imagine.
Sure. That's exactly what it's for, is prevent injuries. And so, it's a good rule. I like the rule. I agree with it, and I think it's something that it's just custom in all-star games, the quarterback and no blitzing.
Well, I've got the camera over on the North team right now, Coach. So we're going to go over the roster for the North real quick. The Northwest team, I shot you a text with I have it over here on the screen as well. If it helps you to look over here, I'll blow that up for you. There's the All-Star team for the Northwest. Coach Tony Bell, the Washington Prodigy. The first team, now some of these ladies didn't make it due to injuries and so forth, or had to go ahead and go back home. But these are the ladies for as far as today. But these are all the ladies that were picked to play today. So first team for the Prodigy is number 4, Mimi Gant. We saw her all day last night. Just a phenomenal athlete.
Yeah, she's, well-deserved to be an all-star. We'll see a lot of her. I'm sure Coach Bell is going to have a lot of doses of her in the backfield. So looking forward to seeing her in action.
Got 11, Vicki Lyles, 13, Chantel Wilson, 19, Natasha Ware, 21, Lania Charity, 22, Ramsey Denzi, 69, Benita Rouse, 74, Amanda Walker, 88, Kishaya Kassar, 90, Crystal Williams. On the second team representing the Prodigy, Tierra McCormick, Courtney Perham Belton, and Sarah Moose. Alternates for the Prodigy are Dolores Elliott and Bacola Landis Ayana. On the rest, representing the Hampton Road Lady Gators, I know a couple are here. I think the rest headed back home, but this is the listing for the Gators. Tranisha Hamlin, quarterback. Bria Hill, wide receiver. Jasmine Kimball, offensive line. Lindsey Goodwin, offensive line. Ashaya Levon Smith, running back. Deshaun Lay, running back. Kiana Rabodum, fullback. Reserves are Elizabeth Halfhill, Mariah Toch, Angie Patton, Chelsea Mooring, the Tanya Taylor, Sherlonda Buskey, Angel Bond, and Shakara Freeman. And then the final rounding out the rest of the North roster will be DMV, representing the DMV team, 13, Eris Woodard, 40, Jimmy Strong, 44, Wendy Munoz, second team, Tiara Reeves, number 9, Alicia Hawkins, alternate, Darlene Welcher, and from the new West Virginia team, Crystal Perez, Johanna Bossi, and Charity Moore. That's a loaded North team. Well, the South's going to have the ball today.
Very loaded, very loaded. A lot of talent out there.
All right, I'm bringing up the South team now, Coach. Can you put your camera on the South team? This is the South, the Blues South, yeah.
South, yes.
And I'll flip that over there. All right, representing the South team, Coach Mike Ochamanowicz. I think I did that right.
He's the head coach of the Assault he had surgery, so he is not here for this weekend. So we hope he's doing well. He's still at home recovering from his appendix surgery.
Okay, well, we wish him all the best.
Yes.
Our thoughts and prayers with him in his recovery. Representing the Keystone Assault, we talked about this lady all day yesterday. Tuffy Howard, playing her last game in women's professional football, 10-year veteran. And the way she ran in the fourth quarter, Coach, she could play another 5 more years.
Well, she paced herself really well. She can definitely. I agree. I think she could play a little longer. She definitely is. She paced herself really well yesterday. You know, I had a chance to speak with her a little bit yesterday in the after party, and she is such an outgoing individual. What a personality she has, and I just wish her the best. And I hope she has a great game today.
Rounding out the lineup for the Assault, Stephanie Stewart, Rachel Fisher, Jasmine Brown, Jennifer Dixon, Aisha Short. We called Short's name a lot yesterday.
Yes.
Jeree Clark, Mariah Green, Bianca Santos. Go ahead. Oh, that's them. Okay. Let me know when they start the national anthem. Leslie Trinta, Stephanie Ink, Innocence Bello, Melissa Grafmeyer, Kayla Thomas, Shalon James, Amber Hallman, and Sanika Blackwell. Let's see. Representing the Thunder, these are your girls here.
Oh, yeah.
Jamie McKay, AJ Smiley, Haley Hughes. She had a big game at wide receiver yesterday for y'all.
2 touchdowns. Yeah, she had a really good game, and I'm glad to see her have that type of game because we know that she can have that type of game, and she hasn't had a lot of them, and yesterday was a perfect time for her to come out.
Caitlin Cox, Ashley Miner, Gianna Gildensberger. Did I get that right?
Close enough.
Close enough. I know I probably butchered it all day yesterday, but she had a heck of a ball game. Lydia Qualls, Marshita Eskridge, Jessica Henderson, Stephanie Hayworth Evans, Nashevia Marsh, Jennifer Johnson, Red Marsh, Nicole Barnett, Olivia Sapp, and Amanda Harvey rounding out the Thunder representatives. For Detroit, Jasmine Gray, Nadia Stringer, Edwina Drain, Nevaeh Bean, and Laree Brown. For Fayetteville, Clarissa Crump, Christina Ramos, Precious McLean, and Rana Walker, and Deju Vaden. And that's your Southern team for today's All-Star game. Stephanie Evans is about to bring us the national anthem. Right now for the coin toss, Coach.
Yeah, I'm still uncertain if they're going to do a kickoff. I don't think that there is going to be a kickoff in the All-Star game. I think they're going to take it from the 25, just like we did in the Iron Woman, for safety reasons.
No, you're fine. Can I take one?
This ought to be a good game we're about to watch. These two teams are loaded.
Yeah,
Would you like to coach all this in the regular season?
Well, I was talking to them about that on the field before the game. I've been in this position to coach an All-Star game, and it's just amazing how much talent that is actually out there. But, coaches just manage these games. We put in very simple plays for the All-Stars, nothing too difficult, and we just expect them to go out and execute. But the past 3 years, this has really been a competitive game, and I don't anticipate it to be anything less today. I anticipate a hard-hitting affair. I think these women, when it gets to the fourth quarter, if it's a close game, it's this isn't your typical All-Star game where everything is just for safety reasons. They're out here hitting, and so again, I think it's going to be an awesome football game.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm real excited about doing this one. This will be my first All-Star game. And, I was here last year for the championship game, but I had to head back, so I couldn't cover the All-Star game. And we actually had several Pumas on the All-Star team last year. But I had to get back that weekend and couldn't cover it, but I sure wish I could have stayed. So I'm excited about doing this one today.
Well, these women are the culture with this women's football out here right now is you can feel it, how much they all respect one another. Just watching them down on the field warming up, it doesn't matter what team that they're from. This is about individuality as far as getting themselves to the All-Star game, and they all respect themselves and they all respect other players to do this, and it's really awesome.
The North is setting up their defense, and they're about to do the national anthem.
I think he's still doing some roster. Yes, he's doing some rosters.
I'm going to turn our mics down for just a second. Stephanie Evans with the Thunder, correct?
That is it.
With the national anthem. Wow, what a job by Stephanie Evans. Awesome national anthem. I'm deaf and I can hear that. That was a fantastic job by Stephanie.
I just realized she could sing. Last night was the first time I'd heard her sing, so she's awesome. She's awesome.
Out of the park. Great job by Stephanie. Ready for some football, Coach?
I'm ready. How about you? You ready?
Oh, man, I'm ready. I'm so blessed to do this. My job is to cover sports. I mean, you can't beat that. You can't beat that. I love it. I might not ever keep everybody happy all the time, but I have a good time. Yeah, we're up. Oh, got you. Thank you. That's a good thing about having somebody up here that can hear.
Yeah, it kind of made. I think that's what was going on last night when.
With the fan.
Yeah, with the fan.
Oh, when we had all the guests up here.
Right.
Yeah, and I had to turn down that internal mic. Yeah.
So, Coach Dave Johnson is going to coach the Southwest or Southeast. Is it Southeast?
Southeast and North
and Northwest.
West, I believe. I know and I understand some of the ladies had to step into spots for people who couldn't make it, so all the numbers may not match to the players that are actually underneath the helmet.
Right.
So, but we'll do what we can to call them and get it as close as we can anyway.
So they're going to take the ball at the 30, so it won't be the 25, it'll be the 30-yard line.
But I have I think what we may just do is let them play and call the game and try to, because there'll be several 34, several, this and that, you know what I mean? All right, 1st and 10, South with the ball first. And we're underway here in Bluff City. Handoff, Gant. No, that's not Gant. See, that's what.
Right.
That was an assault running back.
Number 4, Clark.
That was, I don't know. Can you hear me all right?
Yeah, I can hear you. I think that's number 4, Clark, for the assault. That ran the first little stretch play there.
2nd down. No yardsticks. What are we doing? Are we doing 1st downs or 4 downs?
I just now noticed that. Don't know why we don't have yardsticks.
Number 4 for the Thunder this time. Going around that far side. Got back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, she's done that all year for us. Jamie has. She likes to get to the outside. She's got so much speed. She's trimmed down. She's gotten a lot faster this year. And for her to really get to the outside, I mean, that was a deep run. She was at least 7 yards in the backfield to make the bend to get to the outside. And she still squeaked out about 2 or 3 yards.
Now, these All-Stars, they literally just got together this morning, right?
This morning.
This is their first. They literally had their about a 40-minute walkthrough.
Yeah,
practice
and in basic plays, nothing too complicated. Very basic.
Third down, quarterback dropping back. Incomplete, intended for 26 from the assault. You can't miss those assault helmets.
No, you can't. No, you can't. Really not a bad pass.
That's safety green on that helmet.
Yeah. Really not a bad pass by Ashley Minor. Just timing. That's all it is. You know, it's tough to be a quarterback out here and throw routes to receivers you haven't thrown to ever.
Yeah.
And you only get a 45-minute workout to throw with them. So
yeah, timing will be a little off, obviously.
A little off.
Now we get our first look at a loaded North team. Both these teams are loaded.
A lot of prodigy on that offensive side of the football. But that's to be expected with Tony Bell out there coaching. Red
helmets out there. Is that the Detroit team? I'm not familiar with, I haven't covered all of your northern teams.
Detroit, not that I'm aware of red helmets. I don't know if that is just maybe a replacement helmet,
Yeah.
or if it is from the DMV Knights.
First and 10 North at the 30. There's a snap. That's Gant going around that left side. Got a couple. Good job by the defense.
Yeah, you can see that. I think that was Jessica Henderson there. She's one of the Thunder players out there on that left tackle side. She made a good – actually, she's playing left end. So, I mean, it would be technically a tackle in that formation, just a three-man front. So, but for somebody that had a calf injury last night, she looked like she's moving pretty well out there, Jessica Henderson for the Thunder.
That'll bring up second down. North running a spread. A shotgun formation, rather. Handoff back this way. 44 coming right at us. Trying to get around that edge. Nice job by the defense right there to make a stop. Gain of about 8 yards, though.
Yeah, not a bad run. Gets around that corner. That's going to be expected. You're going to see a lot of running here early, maybe later in the fourth, maybe even somewhere in the third. They'll start passing the ball more, but they're going to try to fill them out.
I'm going to zoom down on number 34 for the Assault Toughie. And because this is her last game in a professional uniform. And I have her in the shot now, Coach. I'm going to isolate her on this play. 10 years in the league, or 10 years of playing football, and yesterday she was still tearing it up.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, you know, it seems like the older you get, the more hard-headed you are to go down. She makes a decent.
I isolated on her, and she made a stop.
Yeah,
How's that for timing?
Perfect.
That was pretty cool. I had it zoomed down on her. She beat the block, got off the block, vision, straight to the ball.
Read the play the whole way. For somebody that's been playing for 10 years, and that's a long time. But she looks like she enjoys the game as much as – I don't know her personally that well, but I would imagine that she enjoys playing just as much as she did. I'm wondering if there is maybe a physical ailment that's keeping her from continuing.
Yeah. Maybe after she hears us all weekend talk about her, she might come back one more year. It's going to bring up – okay, now we have the chain gang out there. It's first and 10. High snap. North falls on it.
Again, that's to be expected. You have, new center and quarterback exchange.
Yeah.
These little things are to be expected. But, as the game goes on, all that stuff will get cleaned up.
We're 6 minutes into an All-Star game, and they literally just got together, and that's the first mistake.
Yeah.
I mean,
you're right. I mean, that's a testament to these women when they're out here. 6 minutes into the game, and it's just one mistake. You expect to see a little bit more of the continuity not there.
Yeah.
But
I really thought in these All-Star situations, especially like this with only 30, 45 minutes of practice, you'd see like a motion or a false start.
Right.
We haven't seen anything yet.
No, not yet.
And that's a credit to these ladies.
That is. Absolutely it is.
Look at them down there shifting like they've been together all season. There's a snap. Handoff, 22
Good
up the
read.
middle.
Is that number 50?
Well, that's what you don't want to see. You don't want to see anybody get hurt.
That's number 24 that made the play. That's Lydia Qualls for the Thunder. I'm sorry, that is Marshita. Marshita for the Thunder. Nice read on there.
And she's up. Maybe hopefully just a twist. Nothing too serious.
Yeah, it's injuries are a part of the game. You hate to even say it like that. And again, that's why some of the players decided not to play in this. I'd say I hope she's nothing serious and that she's hurt. She looks like she's limping pretty heavily on it, but she is on her own power, so that's a good sign. Well, I say that, and now it looks like she wants to.
Third down, and they lose that many yards on that play. I didn't realize they lost yardage on that like that, but I guess they did.
Well, they lost on the previous play. The ball was snapped over the
that's right.
over the
that's
head
right.
of the.
That's right. I was down here dealing with graphics.
I don't know if there's a timeout or what, but the coaches are out there talking on the field to the quarterback.
And number 2's coming in at quarterback for the. I can't make out that helmet. Can you tell?
I think she's the Prodigy's quarterback. The Washington Prodigy.
Third down. 2 receivers to the right.
Look for that slot. Up top.
Handoff. She did that yesterday, picking her spots, waiting on her block.
Well, obviously you can tell the difference from today than yesterday. This is an all-star game where there is a lot of speed out there. A lot of speed on the defense. So although she is one of the fastest individuals on the field, collectively that defense is as fast as it needs to be to make those stops. So she's not going to be able to – she's going to have to work harder to make those type of plays than she did yesterday. But she's certainly capable of making them.
It kind of balances out when you've got these all-stars out here with a phenomenal running back, but you also have phenomenal players on the other side of the ball right now. Absolutely. 11, not just 1 or 2.
Right.
That makes a big difference. Both teams exchanging series now. We're 4:50 and counting into the first quarter. And congratulate the Washington Prodigy on winning the national title last night and your Tri-City Thunders on your Iron Woman Championship.
It's a tall order to win a football game, let alone go undefeated and win a national championship. So it's
3 years straight.
Yeah. Yeah.
First and 10 for the South. No score here in Bluff City.
Caitlin Cox.
Misses one tackle, trying to get outside, breaks another one, and then forced out of bounds for about a 2-yard gain.
Caitlin she has the ability to make plays as explosive as anybody else in the country. She's been doing this for this is at least her 5th year, or this is her 5th year playing, and she's been playing since she's pretty much out of high school.
Really?
So she is, she's got a lot of experience, and she makes a lot of these unbelievable plays at times. It's tough when you're out here and this defense is as fast as they are in these all-star games. So.
Mm-hmm. We're approaching the 3-minute mark here in Bluff City. .14 in motion. They go back the other way with it. Nice fumble. Was she down? Let me go back, hit the replay real quick. Let's see if her knee was down. Here it comes right here. It's going to be on your right side, Coach. There's a replay. That's close.
Yeah,
it got stripped at the last second.
It's close. These referees got to make a call at a split second. It's a tough task for them to always get everything right. But I think that's probably the correct call.
First and 10 on the turnover for the North.
I think it's as equally hot today as it was yesterday.
Sir?
I think it's as hot as it was yesterday.
Yes, it is. I know my cameras are boiling up here. I tried to create as much shade as I could, but you still can't. We'll put in for an air conditioner next year.
Yeah.
I'll bring my portable. Quarterback dropping back. Good protection. She scrambles to her right. Gets around the edge. Gain of about 5.
You can see the speed that she has for the quarterback, for the Prodigy. She's able to scramble and get around the corner. Just a great job to pick up 5 yards. The defense was pretty hummed in on her on that time, but to get around there and grab 5 yards, that's a pretty good job there.
Second down and a 6.
Again, that huddle is full of Washington Prodigy players in there. So they're all going to be mostly on the same page. Maybe you might have 1 or 2 players that are not on the same page, but they'll make it up with the athletic ability that they have out there on that offensive line.
Handoff back to the left. Nice jump, 34.
There she is.
There she is.
What a play.
What
a play that was for her.
And that was from her. She beat the defensive end there. Right. She's a linebacker.
She is.
Coming through, saw the seam, hit that hole hard.
Is that the end of the first?
We have a timeout.
Yep.
End of the first quarter.
That was fast.
We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back. No score here in Bluff City. North versus South Allstar Game. We'll be right back.
Since 2009, Southeastern Automotive Group has been buying for and selling to most of the franchise dealerships in the area. What if you were able to bypass the big dealerships with the big markups? Buy direct from the supplier. Save thousands of dollars on your next vehicle purchase. Have a trade-in? No problem. With used vehicles in such high demand, Southeastern Automotive Group has dealers ready to buy your trade. If Southeastern Automotive Group doesn't have the perfect vehicle for you, using their vehicle locator program, they will have it shipped in without any hassle or haggling you hate.
All right, we're back, Coach. Running clock. I have to hurry my brakes a little bit more than normal. But so far, good game. Pretty evenly matched, obviously, 2 all-star teams. Not a lot of mistakes. We've had a turnover, and that was borderline. And we've had 1 bad snap. That's it.
That's it.
One quarter of play.
I talked about it before we started. It was going to be a good game. It's a defensive battle right now. But this is going to be whoever can keep or score first is probably going to have that slight edge because of the defensive battle that they're having.
Clock running. How long will the halftime be today?
10 minutes, maybe.
10 minutes? Maybe. Okay. So I know yesterday we had those 20-minute half times and a lot of talk.
Yeah, I don't imagine that happened today.
Quarterback dropping back, going deep. Out in the flat, nice catch. Pitching catch number 11, headed up the sideline. Oh, she stepped out of bounds. First down, though.
Well, that's 2 teammates right there. That's 2 teammates from the Prodigy connecting on a pass. You can see them on the same page right there. What a play! What a route to get open there in the flats there. Is that number 13, or I think it is a 13 or 11 for the Prodigy. But at any rate, what a route that was. Nice protection up front too, as well on that offensive line.
So I think the difference with having, like you said, all-stars all over the field, that play yesterday goes for score.
Easily goes for a score. You're absolutely right.
Handoff up the middle. Well, they're battling.
Oh, yeah. See, the thing about this type of game right here for this All-Star is on either side of the team, you got national champions.
Yeah.
So you have the
There's
Prodigy.
a lot of pride out there.
Right. So you have the Washington Prodigy on one side, and then you have the Thunder out there, and they've just won national champions. And a lot of teams and a lot of people would like to see the Thunder play the Prodigy.
Yeah, we brought that up last night.
And, I wouldn't be opposed to it. The only concern that we have is, numbers matter when it comes to playing a team like the Prodigy. If you show up with 19 players and most of your players are playing both ways, well, if you show up with 33 players, you can have an offense and a defense and rest your players.
Makes a big difference.
It makes a huge difference. So,
2nd down and 5. North driving in the shotgun. There's a snap. Handoff again, going to that left side.
Good play by
That defense, the speed of that. Oh, she gets out of it. How in the world, Coach, did she get out of that?
I think there was an inadvertent whistle. But that's number 4, Jamie. We call her Rocky because she's as tough as nails. Rocky would take a beating, but he'd still come after you, and that's exactly what she does. She made a great job just sealing off that end. And one thing that we tell them to do on our defensive ends is make sure they seal off, and she did a perfect job there.
It's going to bring up 3rd down and 7 for the North.
This is definitely 2-down territory. They're definitely going to – so it's make it manageable on 4th. So they're looking to get a couple of yards. But I wouldn't put it past Mr. Tony Bell out there to try to get a quick strike on 3rd down, not have to even worry about 4th. Up top, they got their receiver, number 11.
Quarterback dropping back, looking in the end zone.
She's got a post.
Incomplete.
Good defense.
Under pressure that time by that Southern defense. It's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, she had a lot of time to throw the ball, but she's backpedaling the whole time. She had the post wide open. I think she didn't throw it because she was backpedaling. She wasn't able to
couldn't make that throw.
She wasn't able to step into it. So that was really good defense.
It's going to bring up 4th down. Interesting call here from Coach Bell.
Well, Coach Bell's a smart guy. I mean, he's going to look at something that's for the sticks or something that's working with him. He knows. I think he's trying to figure it out. Really, he understands that the defensive ends on either side are well enough coached that they have to do their job assignment. But I think he's going to look something right at the sticks, probably maybe a little under, and try to get some athletic ability to make that 1st down. So I would look for something like maybe a little hitch route or maybe even a little curl route at the sticks.
4th down, North in the shotgun. There's a snap, good snap, dropping back, under pressure. Got a receiver. What a catch in traffic, Coach. Touchdown, North.
Well, I said a hitch, and she ended up running a post. That was exactly the same route that she ran the play prior. She was wide open. This time the quarterback was able to step into it.
Here's
nice
the replay,
throw.
Coach, over here on your right side.
Yeah, you see that protection up front. This time it's the same route. She just steps into it and makes a perfect throw. So, I mean, again, that's understanding your team, understanding that route before was wide open. You just needed to give her a little more time, and she executed it flawlessly.
So the North strike first. No kickers on these teams that I'm aware of, so I imagine everybody be going for 2 today.
Yeah, I know that the South, I think the South have a kicker.
The South does have a kicker.
But they didn't work on it, so I'm sure it's all for 2.
They're getting a play call in. The official's giving them a little bit of break on the time on that.
Yeah, it's a more of a relaxed atmosphere out there. Again, it won't be though when we get to the 4th quarter.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody seems to kind of take up the intensity.
But the play clock is running over there. They do have them on.
Like
A little bit of miscommunication back there, I think.
good defense.
Nice job staying on her feet, trying to get around the edge. Couldn't quite do it. PAT is no good.
Again, defensive
North
ends.
leads 6-0. Let's go back and look at that pass play one more time, Coach. Can you see it from where you're at?
Yeah.
Over there on your right screen. Good protection. South was bringing the blitz that time, but still they had 3 defenders back there.
Yeah. Same route. Again, the play prior to that, it was a post, and she ran the same route knowing that she was behind the defense that play before. Again, that's what coaching is. And you know what? Honestly, that's how easy it can be when you have all-stars. Hey, listen, let's just run the same route and then, make it happen. I mean, it's a testament to these ladies out here and how the athletic ability that they have to make those plays.
1st and 10 South. Handoff, she cuts it back to the inside, gets a couple out of what there was normally nothing going out west. Oh, yeah, this is definitely a testament to these players. I mean, the quality of the game it's a very good quality game right now.
Yeah, I mean, this is something. I mean, these ladies are as good as it comes in the country. No matter what league or what level, these women are as equally as talented. So I mean, and they put forth the effort out here. Like I said, this is going to be a good game. We've already seen it with a 6-0, 7 minutes left here in the half.
Second down and 9, maybe 8. Handoff. Cuts it back inside. Gets about 3 out of it.
A little. Now I know. I think I would be surprised here if some type of run or was maybe a stretch coming towards straight at our angle, the wide side of the field. I would imagine something like that. Let that speed that they have in that backfield. Coach Johnson does a pretty good job of setting teams up. But again, it's hard to set teams up when everybody out there is on that equal playing field. It's just tough.
3rd down and about 6 for the South. Dropping back to pass. Good protection. Got all day. Receivers open over. Oh, on her fingertips, Coach.
Perfect route, perfect throw. Got to do everything. I tell them in practice, everything was perfect. You just got to complete it and execute it. What a pass, though. Again, I knew that she was going to run the wide side of the field. We have another injury on the field. Looks like an assault player, but I don't.
Oh, we got an assault player down, don't we? Timeout on the field. Maybe a cramp.
Possibly. On a day like today, especially playing yesterday
Yeah.
and then today, yeah, very well could be a cramp. Oh, yeah, there's one thing I know about Caitlin Cox, number 14, who just let that pass slip through her fingers, is that she is going to make it up somewhere on the field, whether it's on defense or offense. She'll make it up. She's the type of player that you're not going to be harder on her than she's harder on herself. But I bet you Coach Johnson's giving her an earful right now.
Yeah, Coach. I saw Coach take the hat off.
Yeah,
Reminded me of the old ball coach down at Gainesville. That hat comes off, it's trouble.
Yeah.
Flip it around here to him. No matter what sport and what league I've done, I haven't gotten a coach to let me mic them up yet.
You know what? Was it this year in practice? We had somebody want to mic me up. No, it's not going to happen. They wanted me to wear one of those little body cams too. That's okay.
I've actually thought about trying to put a body camera or a GoPro or something on our field coaches down there.
Uh-huh.
But I don't think they'll bite on it.
Do a little sideline reporting.
Yeah, a little sideline reporting. I have the ability to pull in 7 more cameras remotely with devices.
Uh-huh.
You know, I can bring in phone devices and all and actually bring them up here to the webcast. You know, you can be on the field.
Awesome.
You can actually be in another state on a phone. I can bring you into the webcast, visually talk to you and everything like you would on Skype.
Oh.
But I pull it into the webcast. So, I mean, I can actually run up to, let's see, the 4 live, 11 cameras.
That's awesome. So if we had, it's
Takes a lot of people to do that, though.
So if you're like in a regular season game, you could be filming a game and then have somebody at another game and get live updates.
Yeah,
That's
you can
sweet.
do all that. It's one of the things we're hoping to do this year with the that network I was telling you about down there that we formed, the Backroad Sports Network. We're going to be doing some of that this year, coming into each other's webcast, giving live updates, you know, for a Georgia high school football down there. We're going to jump into each other's webcast. And
that's awesome.
So I'm very excited about it. Blessed to live in a time when technology can let you do all that. Now, sometimes, like the internet yesterday, technology doesn't always cooperate.
Right.
But in theory, it's perfect.
Yeah, everything in theory is perfect, it seems like. Well, I think now this defense for the South is going to have to start to peel its ears back a little bit and try to buckle up. And there's a lot of speed on that offensive side of the football right now. We've got a wishbone going on. Well, no, it's a pro.
North with the ball, first down. She's trying to get out of it. That's the difference. She still almost got out of it.
Let's see, yesterday.
That's the difference you were talking about with the defensive speed now.
Absolutely.
With all 11 over there.
Yesterday, she makes that, you know, if a positive, if not maybe even a touchdown. But there's a lot of defense on that side that's understanding. They're smart and they're physical. And they're fast. So, I mean, it does make a difference. I would love to have these girls on my football team. I mean, it would be just awesome just to coach and have that much talent on one team.
At one time. Yeah. Second and 11 for the North. 6-0, North leads. 2:58 and counting. Running clock for All-Star Game today. There's a snap. Quarterback keeps it, goes back to the left.
Good defense.
She may have gotten that yard back.
Maybe got that yard back.
Defense staying home.
Yep, it's crucial.
That's huge.
It's big, especially for speed. If you have speed on the offensive side of the football, if you are out of position, it's not so much the speed that kills you because you can corral speed up.
Yeah.
But if you're out of position, then you have no chance to corral speed up.
Yeah.
And so it's very important for those defensive ends and at least those cornerbacks that if they see her to start to run, that they are in position to force her back into the meat of the defense.
It's going to bring up third down and 11. Inside of 2 minutes now in the first half. Been a fast first half.
Very fast, very fast.
Dropping back over the middle. What a shot. Wow, what a pass. We'll go back and take a look at that. That was a bullet. I can get it pulled up here real quick. Here it comes. Right there on your right side. Dropping back. Look at that arm.
Just a simple little.
I mean, that's a rifle right there.
Yeah, it's a simple little post in the center of the field. Again, you know, in the All-Star game, you can run those type of because of the linebackers are as crucial unto a defense as a quarterback is to an offense. And when you only have 45 minutes to prepare and put a defense together, linebackers they can get a little confused out there on what it is that they need to do and who they need to direct. So it's a little easier to get behind a linebacker in the All-Star game.
There's a snap, handoff. Trying to find a hole, following her blockers. Nice run, gain of about 8 for the North.
Nice little lead block there by number 53 for the Prodigy.
Coach Bell with the timeout with 26 seconds. All-Star, each team with 3 timeouts.
Yes. He's going to use them. I mean, he's competitive. He wants to win this game just as if it was yesterday's national championship game. That's how competitive Coach Bell is. And Coach Johnson is, for that matter. I mean, both of these coaches are very competitive. So, I mean, they're going to, and the running clock, I mean, look, it's almost halftime, and looks like we just came on air 39 minutes ago.
Yeah.
So,
I love that.
Yeah.
In this heat.
Well, I think
in this heat,
I think, but
Now, normally I want the regulation game, but
yeah, as coaches, this All-Star game is fun, but when it starts to get competitive and the clock still is running, it's not enough time sometimes, and you lose track of that.
yeah.
So, you're having to have to rush, and that's kind of and to rush with players that you're just not used to playing with. It becomes even more. Now you're battling the elements of not knowing each other. So.
I know Coach Dave and Coach Bell are down there having a ball.
Oh, I know. Coach Dave loves coaching. Yeah, he's as loud and as demanding as any coach that I ever had growing up and playing football. And our players respond to him so well. They just do it.
A little bit of an extended timeout.
Maybe for some water as well, maybe. So I would think that Coach Bell has drawn up maybe another seam down the middle with a tight end or maybe even a slot to get him downfield with 26 seconds left. I'm not sure how many timeouts they have left, but here's that same formation they just had on that last post play.
There's a snap, dropping back. Looks like
Right
she's
there.
going over the middle. A little high that time.
Yep.
Good call, though. She makes the catch. Maybe gets 3 or 4 more yards out of it. Call the timeout real quick. Set up, then hit something. Then you're within range to throw that 30-yarder.
Yep, and there's the other timeout.
Inside of 15 seconds.
So you can see down there, you can see number 36 and number 53. They're talking down there.
Which ones? What numbers?
Number 53 and number 36.
I'll zoom down on them. Go ahead.
They were down there talking, trying to get things right, trying to figure out where it is that they needed to be on certain block or on certain plays. And I like to see that. You can easily come into this All-Star game and just say, you know what, I'm just going to do my position and
just go through the
motions. But to actually take the time and talk to and try to get it right with a player that you've never even played with before, you may know because you've played against them, and you may not even like those individuals. But the fact that they're taking the time to do that just shows me the sportsmanship that they have amongst each other and how serious that they do want to take this game.
And the level of professionalism.
Right. Right. And that stuff matters. It really matters. And and it builds the friendships and the relationships up over throughout the league, and just it's better for football. Just better for football.
Yeah, because we've seen All-Star games that on other professional levels where they're just literally going through the motions and not even playing. That makes it boring for the fan.
Right.
The fan don't want to watch that.
No,
at least not in my opinion.
Oh yeah. Well, I don't. As a coach, I don't want to watch that.
Might get a flag there. Our first flag of the day. I thought so. A little bit of interference back there in the secondary. 32 hit her a little too quick,
early.
Coach.
Well, I thought 44 had the ball.
Yeah.
I was watching 44. That was such a fake. Again, I don't know the deal here. Now, I know there's a flag, and is the clock going to start as soon as the flag's picked up, or are they going to have to call another timeout?
Well, that's what I was going to ask you. It was an incomplete pass, but with the interference, will the clock start when they set the ball?
Well, they just called the timeout, so I'm thinking yes, because as soon as he was to pick that flag up and just whistle for the clock to start, they wouldn't have had time to get another snap off with 5-8.
Unless coach calls another timeout right then.
And he's called the timeout. So,
as a heads-up play by coach to be aware of that situation.
Right. Well, it's got to be the last timeout, I would imagine. I would imagine now they're just going to throw it deep into the end zone.
So we have 6 seconds. At the 35-yard line, that is certainly within her arm's range.
Oh, yeah.
To get it to the end zone.
Oh, yeah. And you got one of the tallest receivers in the league on your side. Common sense would say, hey, line her up wide and just throw it deep and then pray for the best. We'll see.
Do you roll her to one side or the other? She seems to be having a lot of success over the middle.
Yeah, again, with 6 seconds left, the problem is this is going to be the last play of the half. So I don't know if I don't know if you do the middle of the field because there's not a chance. I mean, at least put the ball in the end zone, let an athlete try to make the play on it. Now, if you had a timeout and a field goal kicker, okay, maybe you can get a little quick slant and get a couple more yards. But I think at this point, I think he's just trying to draw something up to get her into the end zone. And let the athletic ability take over, or you could have a quarterback scramble. See, again, there can't be a designed quarterback run, but if she's chased out of the pocket, she can run. Let's see what we got here.
Well, here we go. 6 seconds. North leads 6-0. Last play of the half right here.
Bottom of your screen here. I would look for a crossing route between those two. And there it is.
Here's a snap. They're going deep over the middle.
Right to the middle, yeah. Well, you called it.
They complete the pass, but that's going to do it.
Yeah, I mean.
That's the difference in yesterday and today. That goes for a 6 yesterday.
Right. Absolutely.
The defense holds for the South. We got a ball game.
Yeah.
This is fun.
This is fun. And they're having a blast down there. But I'm a little surprised that they did run that.
They put 24 minutes up for halftime.
Did they put 24? Okay, so that's more than yesterday.
What's that?
That's more than yesterday.
Yeah, more than yesterday. Yeah, we got to talk about that. Who do I have on the hotline, Coach?
Do we got somebody coming up here for halftime? I mean,
at the half, the North leads 6-0. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back. You're watching the USWFL Allstar Game on the Charlton Sports Network.
Over hundreds of thousands of cars available at auctions across the nation. Your next vehicle purchase is just a click away. ESP Specialist in Fabrication is located at 169 Little Phoebe Church Road in Folkestone, Georgia. President Mark Pickering and his employees utilize the latest technology with a skilled workforce to supply customers with the best custom fabrication possible. Serving clients at home and abroad makes ESP a premier employer in Charlton County. For all your specialty and fabrication needs, contact ESP at 912-496-2583 today. They're also on Facebook at ESP Specialist Fabrication. ESP is a proud sponsor of Charlton Sports Net.
Okefenokee Rural Electric Membership Corporation has been providing quality electric service at a competitive price.
All right, welcome back. I've been informed that we may be doing the Player of the Year All-Star Awards, League Awards, during this halftime break. So we've come back to join that. Looks like they're setting it up now. The Thunder's logistics personnel down there setting up for the trophy presentation.
Now, I think usually they do this at a banquet. I don't know if there'll be a league banquet, so maybe this is why they're actually doing it halftime of this game.
I wonder if they're going to announce it over the PA. I'll turn our PA mic up if they are. talking about the game, Coach, one flag, one turnover, and only one other mistake. That's all I've seen the whole first half.
One fumble, a turnover, yes, one turnover. Then you had a flag. So, yeah, I mean, it's
been a clean ball game.
It's very clean. And when you have, again, the quality of the athletes down there, you know, that are not doing the holding and like you would see from, you know, your traditional game, it's, you know, that's why you have an all-star game. You know, you pick the best players with the best stats. You know, all linemen don't get stats, though, you know. But you pick the best linemen, and it shows. I mean, the offensive and defensive line is doing great on both sides of the ball.
They're doing a fantastic job. We're waiting on things to get set up for the awards.
It'd be nice if they did something special for Howard.
Sir?
It'd be nice if they did something for Howard, who's retiring.
Yeah.
It'd be nice if they did something for.
They doing it now?
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to turn us down, turn them up.
Offensive Rookie of the Year, Executive Rookie of the Year, and Coach of the Year. So we're going to start out with our Offensive Rookie of the Year. We're going to give you a little information on each of these ladies we present these awards. On the station, she was 38 of 57 for passing, 600 yards with 13 touchdowns, most returns, 0 interceptions. About 600 actual miles. You'll get the photos in this speed, and then just step aside so we can get a photo on one hand. Now we're going to get up to our offensive line of the year. Our coach is Strasburg at the 3 offensive linemen. Every runner moves around the line. The Crystal Williams are on the strategy. Alright, thank you for the defensive rookie of the year. It is a playing position for a couple games. It ended up with 15.5 tackles, 9 tackles for a loss, 8 sacks. A long time. A rookie for the South Carolina USWFL Allstar Game. Defensive lineman of the year. This lady is the lady that's not around. 10 tackles, 6 tackles for a loss, 2 sacks, a couple for touchdowns, 1 for penalty, and a right.
Is the cord on there?
Not bad.
Not really.
So overall, MVP was number 45 now. Offensive MVP. This is going to be no surprise. Overall award for 67 carries, 650 yards. Last week was 19 touchdowns, 1 strike, number 4, 3.
I'll turn them back up in case you wanted to give any commentary or anything. If you got anything on your mind.
Well,
26 tackles, 1 tackle for a loss, a sack, 2 interceptions, 1 return all the way to the house for a touchdown, fumble recovery, 1 for strategy, and fumble away.
But it's just no surprise right now that you're seeing a lot of the Washington prodigy and the Thunder players are getting a lot of the awards, and they both teams put together a fantastic year.
Awards from the recipient. For accomplishing such an accountability in this award. Not only the recipients gone off the field, how you carry yourself as a person, how you are participating in your teammates, their recommendations. After all that, it comes up to a right to have 52 carries for 364 yards and a 7-yard carry. 6 touchdowns, 34 conversions, and that's just on the offensive side of the ball. On defense, 218 tackles with 23, 13.5 tackles for a loss, 7 sacks, a fumble recovery, a forced fumble, 2 passes defended. The most humble person I know is the Eagles person.
Junior's put together one heck of a year this year. She's carried the workload on offense, but on defense, she's just been as equally as tough. So, congratulations to Junior. And Coach Bell, Coach of the Year.
Well deserved.
Yeah, 3 years in a row, undefeated, allowed 6 points, the defense did, in 3 years. So it's a well-deserved accomplishment for Mr. Bell. All of these awardees, congratulations. I mean, it's
Just a first-class organization from Miss White all the way down.
yeah, they're doing things right over there in Washington. That's a testament to the organization. So, again, congratulations to all of the awardees and Coach Bell.
Congratulations, ladies. Well deserved. And Coach Bell. Out there striking the pose. They earned it, did they not?
Oh, they did.
That's awesome.
They did. It's good to see them having fun out there.
Turning around for camera crews over on the north side of the field. There's Miss White, owner of the Prodigy, out there on the field as well. Now she has to be very proud of that organization.
Oh, sure. I mean, they got the offensive MVP. They got the offensive lineman of the year. I'm not sure what the other two are, but I'm sure they're well deserved as well. And then you got one of the best coaches in women's football, in Tony Bell. So, congratulations again. That is a well deserved accomplishment.
I'm going to try to find. I received a text. And congratulations to everybody that just won those awards. I received a text concerning 34 for the assault. I want to share this with you if I can real quick, Coach, if you don't mind.
All right.
It's let's see, Shashawn sent this in concerning Tuffy Howard, number 34 for the assault, who is retiring this year. Tuffy will be 50 years old on January 2020, still playing the game like she could come out and play again tomorrow. I'm telling you what, She, according to Shashan, she loves the game of football. I think that's pretty obvious.
Yeah, I would say.
She's played 12 years for two teams, the Pennsylvania Vipers and the Pennsylvania Keystone Assault. She's a mother of 5 young men, a grandmother of 2 girls, 2 gorgeous girls, and a partner. She says, according to this, she's threatened to retire before, Coach, the last 3 years straight, and she says this is it. She's hanging it up due to injuries and so forth. Well-earned, great career. You can't falter for that.
No, and I know there's a lot of people that are extremely proud of her all the way. I mean, what would she say, grandkids? She's got grandkids.
Grandkids, too.
That's
isn't that something?
well, it just, you know what, again, it just goes to show how many hats some of these women are wearing. You know, partners and grandkids and mothers and sisters and, you know, and to be 50 years old or close to it out here competing with girls that are, or women that are, you know, half your age,
Yeah.
you know, and listen, and doing it in a style that, you know,
And beating them across the
Right.
field to a play.
yeah,
You know,
So,
I mean, wow.
yeah, I mean, it's,
If you're a 25-year-old linebacker and you see that 50-year-old linebacker
there's-
shooting across in front of you, it's got to inspire you, man.
Yeah.
You got to pick it up and go.
just, there's no excuse on why you can't do it.
Yeah.
You know, that's the thing about it. You're watching Howard out there, and she's dominating. And she, you know, I'd like to have seen her younger. You know,
Yeah.
that way, if she's doing this at 50, what was she doing at, you know, 40 years old?
Yeah.
You know, I would love to have seen that. But,
I bet that was awesome to see. Well, congratulations to all of the award winners, Coach Bell on Coach of the Year, and everyone else involved with the league. Everybody deserved what they got. I mean, there's no way,
Absolutely.
you can't argue with any of it.
now, and you know, it's you have the 2 best teams usually rack up the awards, but you know, listen, there are a lot of these women that are out here playing in this All-Star game that did not receive any of those awards, or you know, listen, congratulations to them as well, making the All-Star. I mean, it's a big accomplishment. That's a huge accomplishment to making the All-Star team.
We're about 4 minutes away from the second half. Teams taking the opportunity to take pictures down there. We were just talking about Tuffy. She's right down there. We've got several All-Stars, not just Keystone Assault, but several players wrapped around her posing down there. That's quite a statement.
Yeah, it just shows the level of respect that they're showing in her, and you know, again, you know, like I said, I had a chance to talk with her briefly last night at the after parties, and I mean, she's got the energy right now. Just watching her up there on the dance floor, she's got the energy of a 25-year-old. But you know, sometimes you know, your body just doesn't allow you to do some things, and listen, there's no doubt that whatever she does after football, she's going to do it well and be as energetic as she is out here.
Her fans are texting me. They want her to transition into coaching. That might be a good fit.
Yeah, probably. I mean, listen, you know, give it a shot.
She would obviously have a standard to meet. That's for sure.
Well, yeah. I mean, and that's a wealth of information and a wealth of knowledge she has playing, you know, for 10 years. You know, so I mean, why not pass that down? You know, that I mean, she's already leaving a legacy behind for being who she is on the team that she's on and making an All-Star this year, and I'm sure she's made All-Stars before. But you know, share the wealth. You know, if you have all that knowledge and you want to coach, go for it. I'd say go for it.
What an inspiration to the young girls. I know I have 3 daughters, and they're all mothers now and grown and have got families of their own. But what an inspiration, because I mean, you have a woman that's turning 50, a grandmother of 2, all the way down to, I think I had an 18, 19-year-old in here interviewing yesterday for y'all, right?
Yes.
I mean, it just spans generations, and they're all out there playing ball. I mean, that's what a statement.
Well, you know, there was a 15-year-old playing yesterday for the no, not yesterday. Yes, it was yesterday for Hampton Roads, I believe. I believe she was 15 or close to it, but she was their center. So I mean, listen, I mean, most teams will allow 15-year-olds play if they have a waiver from their parents, but she's by far the youngest that I've seen. But again, from 15 to 50 is what we have.
15 to 50, yeah. I mean, if you're sitting at home watching the game thinking, man, I'd like to do that, but I don't know, come on out.
Go find a team in
Find
your
a
area.
team and get on it.
Yeah. Yeah. And I would encourage you that even if you don't know anything about the sport and you just think it might be something you're interested in doing, go find a team. Most of these teams, are in need of players, and hopefully you can get the right coach that'll coach you up and teach you.
There could be another Mimi Gann or Tuffy Howard out there.
You never know.
Out there watching, thinking, I don't know if I should do this. And get out there, find a team. I guarantee you there's a team in your area. And it might not necessarily be in this league, but there is a team somewhere out there in your area you could go out and join.
I guarantee it there is, Yesterday, Jaren was up here, and she's the one that's 19 years old. She was the one that you were talking to, you interviewed yesterday.
Yeah.
Her very first practice, she showed up. It was like 40 degrees and raining, and she was out there shivering. I didn't think I'd see her back. But she stuck through the whole practice, and lo and behold, now she's a national champion. So, let that say something for, just being interested in playing.
All right, we're getting set to start the third quarter, Coach. 30 more minutes of football, then we're going to wind up the 2019 football season.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a little more competitive here. They're going to see a lot more trying. I mean, 6 points is not comfortable in the All-Star game, I know. We've had a little bit of a layoff here for this halftime, but I would imagine you're going to see a lot more pushing the ball down the field through the air, especially on the Tony Bell side of the football. I would imagine the defense right now, you can't really do any blitzes, so you have to really rely on your knowledge and of what they can do on the defensive side of the football. But I would imagine both teams are going to try and pull out some stops here to make some scores. It's going to be more competitive, I think. If we thought the first half was nice, this is going to be exciting in the second half.
All right, the officials are back out on the field, so it looks like we're going to get started right now. Well, thank you folks for watching at home. Spread the link around, have people fall in and join us here on the webcast. I don't think we're competing with any other network or league today. So I think we're your only football source today. If you're a football junkie, spread the link around. We'd appreciate it. These ladies certainly deserve the coverage, no doubt about it.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
All right, to start the third quarter, 1st and 10 for the North. Snap was a little high to start the second half.
Probably due to that 24-minute halftime show. I'm sure they didn't. I didn't see them over there working on it before the start of the second half, but those things happen. So that's what, the fourth mistake that we've seen?
What's that?
That's the fourth mistake that we've seen.
Yeah.
And
that's it. It's been a good quality game.
Yeah.
Been very good quality game.
Absolutely.
I'm impressed, and I like the fact that they're going full speed.
Yes.
Nobody's just out there goofing off.
Right.
I love that. Second down and 21 for the North. Four going around to that left side, trying to pick her holes. She gets about 6 of it back.
Again, you can see that offensive line. They had a pulling guard, it looked like, from the opposite side of the ball. From the right side to the left side, looked like they had somebody pulling. Just the knowledge that is being displayed out there, very impressive. But like I said, 6-yard gain on that. She's trying to pick and bob and weave and pick her direction she wants to go.
Makes it a little different when all 11 on the other side of the ball are just as fast, or maybe not just as fast, but as a group, they can close in, corral her in.
Collectively, they're smarter, and that's really important. Your knowledge and your smartness of the game or your smartness about the game is as equally important as your athletic ability. So,
yesterday there'd be 3 or 4 ladies around her, and she'd still get out of it. She's a highlight reel.
Yeah.
Mimi Gann. And a little bit of a broken play, 32 with a stop.
Jessica Henderson. Look,
32 from Thunder.
from the Thunder. Jessica Henderson. She is the defensive rookie of the year. Looked like the North had a little rollout happening, and Jessica just read it perfectly and just went in and reacted to it. Again, that's not a scheme that they do out here. So that is a perfect example of just their athletic ability. There was no scheme for that defense to read that except for her and her knowledge. So that's a testament to her athletic ability.
1st and 10 for the South. We'll see them for the first time here in the second half. Only down by 6. This thing's going to go down to the wire.
Oh, it is.
We're going to have one of those crazy finishes, I think.
Yeah, I think so. And if I know anything about Coach Dave, working with him for the last 4 years, he's going to open it up a little bit. And he's going to be a little more creative on the offensive side of the football. He knows at 6
Open
points.
it up a little bit more.
I think he's going to open it up a little more. He won't show his hand right off the bat, but I think he'll get it. He'll get the motors turning here.
1st and 10. South under center. One receiver wide to the left. There's a snap. Handoff right up the gut. Got about 5 out of it. 2nd down and 5.
That was number 22, Lydia Qualls for the Thunder. She's an excellent up the field runner. She likes to do from end zone to end zone. She likes to get out north and south, but I think here in the last couple of weeks we've been working with her really to shoot up in the gaps, and you can see how fast she hit the hole that time. Gain about 5 yards.
2nd down and 5. For the South, they trail by 1 score. Handoff right there.
There's a
You
fumble.
fumble. North says they have it.
And yeah,
They do. Coach upset down there.
Yeah, he's not happy.
Hey, it's an all-star game, but you'd think he was coaching on Saturday night now.
That is the competitive nature of Dave Jones or Johnson down there. He's as competitive as they come. Now that turnover is going to come again. It's just not knowing your running backs. Again, this is the second half. You got 2 new running backs in there. Of course, she plays with Ashley Minor plays with Lydia Qualls, but she's not playing with the other running back, and so it was just a mishandle. Again, you got 45 minutes before the game starts. It's tough, man. It really is tough. But now let's see if the defense can do something.
All right, 1st and 10 for the North after the turnover, and we have a timeout by the South. We have maybe a little personnel mix-up down there.
Was it too many on the field? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11? No? Okay. Now, again, he's not putting in any schemes. He's just really, I think what he would be talking to them at this point would be more so of what to expect from the North. Again, he's probably making, I'm sure he doesn't want that post in the middle to happen anymore, so I'm sure he's been talking about that.
Yeah, they were hitting that a little bit in the first half.
Yeah, there was that last drive. They had three plays. That they hit some pretty big yardage, and they attempted to get. That was the last play of the half that they hit it. So, yeah, you can see him down there now. He's talking to.
You can put
both.
yours on him.
Yeah, he's talking to
I'll
both
switch it.
Clark and Ashley Minor, and he's making sure that they know that which arm needs to be up or so forth, and what step you need to take on a counter to make sure that he's getting there to get that timing down.
There's a snap, handoff, coming right up. There's a hole up the middle, Coach. She could go. 1 player to beat.
Tackle made by 22, Lydia Qualls from
Nice
Thunder.
run.
Yeah, beautiful run right up the left side of the line there. That hole, he could have driven my truck through it.
Look at that.
But, she's so small, you don't really need that big of a hole. She just needs a little crease, and she had it. Give credits to Lydia for tracking her down, but you can see now that offensive line for that North is going to try to start to take over a little bit. The South is still in that three-man front, trying to use their speed at the linebacker position.
Well, if you're the South with a running clock, one more score. I don't know if you can afford another score right here with a running clock.
Extremely tough if they get one more score here. So.
Well, she hit that hole fast, didn't she?
She did. There she is again.
They're going to her again. Same play, identical
left
play.
Side. Yep.
Coach Bell sees something on that left side he likes.
Yeah. I mean, listen, you don't become, three-time national champion and coach of the year by not understanding what's going on the football field. And so he sees it and he's ran it. It's the old, hey, listen, you run it till you stop it. And if they can't stop it, you continue to run it. So if it works, just keep doing it. Looks like number 34, Howard's coming back in.
Mimi Gant showing why she deserved that award she got a while ago.
I think maybe Howard's had enough. She's come in. Let's see if they run to the left side now with Howard in. Number 34.
First and goal for the North at the 4. Here's the snap. They're going back to that left side. She cuts it in. They stop her. This may be close. I wish I had my sideline camera set up right now. I'd like to have had a shot of that down the line.
Well, they're signaling second down, and was that 34? Did Howard actually make that stop? You can see the difference that she makes just being in the football game, even if she's not making the play. That play was designed to go inside, and you can see that it looked like it was designed to go inside, and they bounced it out.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, it had something to do with Howard's presence in the middle. You'd be crazy to run right at Howard at this point. This is her last game. I wouldn't run right at her.
Yeah.
Let's see if the South can get a fumble or a turnover here. This is
50 years old. I know the Pumas. We have a Rocky Phillips down there, a Hall of Fame women's professional football Hall of Fame player down there.
Yeah.
And I believe she's 50 also. I don't want to speak too far on her age. I'll get in trouble.
You get a
but
text.
I know she's right there in the ballpark.
She might be 44. You might get a text here. Again, that's
touchdown.
That play to the outside, she bounced it, and it had everything to do with Howard being in the middle. But again, that's the South, the team not really understanding each other because it's an all-star game. They know once you put Howard into the middle of the field that the runner's going to bounce it out. So your defense needs to crash in on them defensive ends.
I just did it. You want to do it again?
Oh,
I'll go back to it real quick. Oh, come on now. Don't be hard-headed here. There we go. There it is. We caught the tail end of it.
Yeah, well, you can see that Howard's down in there and forcing things to happen to the outside. Defense has got to be aware of that. Again, that just takes time and patience and practice, which you don't have in an all-star game.
Now it becomes an uphill climb for the South with that running clock, Coach.
Yeah, I would say.
You got a quick strike.
Yeah, I mean, now they're capable of doing it. They just got to get something downfield.
North lining up for the extra point. Looks like they're going for 2. There's a snap, dropping back to pass in the corner. That's caught. Man, the timing on that. Nice pitch and catch. 2 prodigy involved in that one, right?
Yep. That's exactly what it was. That's
right there on your right side.
2 teammates. You can see she just does a little flare out. Nothing special.
Wide open.
That's Olivia Sapp, I think, number 18 down there on the defensive side of the football, not picking it up until it was way too late.
With 14-0, the North lead right now over the South.
Now, this is crucial right here. This possession for the South, even if they take it into, like, say, the middle of the, well, I would say, what do you got, 4 minutes? If they, the first couple of minutes into the fourth quarter, if they still have the ball, it's crucial to come away with some points. But they need a touchdown here. I don't think a field goal helps them at all, other than just to put points on the field, or on the clock, I'm sorry.
Handoff over to that left side.
Number 22. Lydia runs the ball hard.
Had to update the scoreboard. Normally I have a commercial break
Yeah.
where I can update the scoreboards and I'll get the graphics right. Now I'm having to do it on the fly with these running clock.
Well, that
With this running clock,
that
so-
run there by number 22, Lydia Quall, she runs the ball extremely hard. She's a hard runner, and it's good to see her to showcase her talents out here in the All-Star game. Down here at the bottom of your screen, number 33, is that short? I believe that is short for the assault. Look for her to.
Handoff back this way, coming right at us. Oh, what a hit right there.
That's number 69 for the North. What a hit! What a play! Actually, she just read that, came right down the line of scrimmage, squared up like she's supposed to, made a good tackle, good play. Clark for the South had really nowhere to go, and I'm wondering if there's some reason. I mean, I would imagine Ashley Minor, the quarterback for the South, not sure why he hasn't really thrown the ball. He's got some receivers down there, but that could be a testament to this defense. This defense that they have, if you look on their backfield and the defense, I mean, it's all prodigy players. So
Yeah. And they're all used to playing each other or playing with each other
Right.
as a unit. Dropping
there's the
back,
pass.
under pressure over the middle, picked off. Headed up the sideline. Did she step out?
Yeah,
she
she
stepped
did.
out back here.
Well, I think that answered the question. I'm not sure if there was a missed route, but there was pressure coming up. Yeah, she was way short, and I'm wondering if the pressure on her coming is forced her to throw it off her back arm. I mean, Minor's got a strong arm, but it's not as strong as it needs to be to throw a pass like that off her heels. But Ashley Minor is very, very young. She's a rookie. I mean, this is going to be a great learning experience for her. And she gets to see what it's like playing against the defense that is as fast as this this North's defense.
This North defense is solid.
Oh yeah.
Well, both teams are, for that matter. It's just been a little mistake on the turnovers has hurt the South so far.
Well, it's usually how it works in an All-Star game. I mean, the dominance. It's not like the basketball, where you have one or two players that can dominate a game. You need all 11 players to dominate, and they have all 11 players on the North. And most of them have played together. So it's, it's an uphill battle for the South right now. This is a huge, huge possession.
South needs a turnover, something. Get that ball right back. That running clock is not your friend right now if
No,
you're
it
a
is
Southern
not.
fan. Quarterback dropping back out in the flat. She dropped it. I was about to hit the highlight button.
That was a check down. She had the post wide open across the middle of the field.
She did. It was there.
And she just checked down. She had 21 wide open down there in the post. She had a good 2.5-yard step on somebody down there on the defense. A little like Short that she had to step on. Short, number 33 for the South, looks like she's limping a little bit. I think that's going to be the last.
Yeah, they're going to let the quarter run down. So we'll stay here. Go ahead, Coach. I'm just going to change the graphics to reflect the fourth quarter.
Well, I was just going to say, it looks like it's number 33 Short for the assault defensive back for the South. Looks like she's limping a little bit. Could be why that she had she was a step behind on the receiver, number 21 for the North on that post, but it was a great check down. Almost made a great catch. And I think that was a catch, probably down within the 5-yard line, even possibly a touchdown on that play. So this is going to be the last quarter of football.
It's been fun.
It has been fun.
I've enjoyed this weekend. I appreciate you joining us, too.
Oh, listen, anytime. I love it. This is great. I've found a new I think I found the new thing I want to do. Once I'm done coaching, I would love to be in the broadcast booth. This is awesome.
I think I've hooked you and Coach Glenn
Yeah.
Bell. I think I've hooked y'all both into this broadcasting thing.
Was that not? That was fun yesterday, last
Well,
night.
I had a good time. I enjoyed it.
That was fun.
And obviously the booth, yes, not including me, but you guys, the 3 coaches I had up here, 2 coaches and a team owner.
Right.
The knowledge that was up here, football knowledge for women's football, not speaking for myself, but you guys. I mean, that was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it. Absolutely. I might go home and just re-listen to that cast.
North driving after the turnover. Clock running already.
Yeah, they're not playing with the clock.
League owner down there coaching the South. Does he grab his cell phone and call up here and say, hey, slow that clock down a little bit?
No, but I wouldn't. Hey, listen, it's probably a thought that's went through his mind.
Oh, under pressure. There's a huge play right there for the South. 32 comes up big. That's a Thunder player too, right?
That's Jessica Henson. That is the rookie defensive player of the year.
We're gonna get that on replay. Check out this sack, Coach. We're over here on the right.
Yeah, she's done that all season for us. And listen, she's getting a chance now to showcase her athletic ability on one of the biggest stages that you can have as an athlete in an All-Star game. And, she has not disappointed. She's had a couple of plays, big plays for losses. She's definitely showing how far she's come. Now, keep in mind, this is her first year playing football. That's something that I think it's lost in the mix here. Jessica Henderson has never played football before until this year.
Really?
And she has earned Defensive Rookie of the Year, and she's had
on the All-Star team.
On the All-Star team, and had 2 incredibly big sacks in an All-Star setting.
Wow. She's living the life.
She's living the life.
3rd down and long. There's the handoff to Gant. Look at her picking them holes.
Again, she's so tiny, and she can get through those cracks. I mean, it looked like Henderson even had that balled up over there on the right side, but yet she's so agile to get through, and she can slip through the smallest of the cracks. That's what makes her so dangerous. She's got the speed. Her size is, I guess anybody would say her size hinders her, but it's not. Her size is exactly probably what you're looking for in a running back, and she's a very smart player as well. So she's got the total package. The Washington Prodigy have the total package in number 4.
There are some small colleges that probably should take a look at a few of these ladies on an individual basis. There's some ladies that could play for some small colleges out there.
Yeah, absolutely. We've just talked about one of them. There's a couple on the South team. There's a couple on the North. We mentioned it last night. If you're out here watching football, you wouldn't necessarily know that these are females out here playing football. But yeah, there's some small Division II, Division III schools out here that could definitely benefit from having
D3, pick them up.
Absolutely.
And NAI.
Yeah. There's a couple that have been signed to some colleges, Division II, Division III, but there needs to be more. And the athletes are there. They just got to have the time to come out here and scope them out. Speed is speed. I don't care what gender you are. Speed is speed. Athletic ability is athletic ability.
4th down. Big play here for the Southern defense. Goes back the other way. What a pitch and catch.
Yeah, they're picking
touchdown.
They're picking on Miss Olivia Sapp, their number 18 for the Thunder over there on the South.
I'm going to blow that one up for you. Here it comes. Rolling out, going back the other way across your body.
Yeah.
That's not an easy throw.
It's not an easy throw. It's not. You're right. It isn't, especially when she was a little under pressure. And she is on target. What a catch, though. Way to concentrate on that catch. now it just becomes a matter of, if the South can put something together to get on the scoreboard with, what are we at, under 11 minutes?
Yeah, that may have been the nail in the coffin for the South right there with the running clock.
I think you might be right, and I think that they just need to, now the South just needs to put something together, get some points on the board.
Now, if this was a normal game time clock, I still think you'd have time, but with a running clock, it's rough.
Yeah, I mean, yes and no. I think if the South were able to move the ball more and not put points up, I would say yes. Maybe you're right. Maybe they can have a chance. But this defense for the North is up front has been.
Oh, they're on top of it.
So it's tough, and you're asking an awful lot from Ashley Miner to come out here and lead as a pretty much a freshman or a rookie. To lead an all-star team, if she's the only quarterback out there, that's an awful lot. That's a tall order to ask for a rookie quarterback.
There's a snap coming reverse, getting a little fancy out there, and it's good. She hit the pylon.
That's the luxury of coaching all-star games and having all-stars out there. You can do plays like that.
Let's take a look at that real quick. I like that, the reverse here in an all-star game. Got the big fullback back there doing it too.
Yeah, and the quarterback out there blocking too. That's what I love about that. Quarterback could have just stayed and watched, but she got out there and led the way. Again, a luxury to have the all-stars that you can just say, hey, let's run a reverse. Now you can see a lot of the South players walking with their heads down a little bit. I mean, listen, this is an all-star game. I don't think they should really have their heads hung down. I know they want to win football games. And I know it's a big pride thing, but this is a huge honor to be out here with these on this field.
This is when I like having a partner up here when I'm having to do all these graphics so fast. You're filling in the commentary and all, and I'm down here going crazy.
So we got 9 minutes.
9 minutes. It's been a fast one, but it's been fun.
It's fast and fun. Yeah, I've enjoyed it.
First and 10, South. Under pressure, Will, dropping back, incomplete.
That's a pass you got to catch. I know that Ashley Miner was rolling, and I know she was under pressure. But, you're asking the quarterback to make a pass, and if it hits your hands, you got to catch that ball. But, listen, she had to reach behind her. So, but, I mean, those are the type of things that need to happen. You got to have those passes in order to at least move down the field, at least if you want to put some points on the board. I think now it's about pride. I think Coach Johnson knows that this was put something on the board. You can tell that was not a bad pass by Miner. She was under pressure.
Second down and 10. South dropping back. Over the middle, incomplete.
Looked like that was just a little curl route or maybe even a hitch route by number 7 from the assault. Again, when you have players like 69 that are in your face and they got those big mitts up there trying to bat the pass down or even come at you. I mean, your eyes can only see so many things, and when you have a big player like that in front of you, it's tough to see. Now, number 7's not a tall receiver,
right,
so it's easy to overthrow her. But, hey, listen, Ashley's going to stand in there and play. She's very tough, and she's going to take those hits. But it's just, again, it's a tall order to ask.
Third down for the South. 7.5 minutes. Quarterback dropping back. Got a receiver for Keystone.
There you go.
First down.
There you go. Now, that pass was still a little late, but that's a great catch. I mean, Ashley saw it, read it. She probably could have threw it a little earlier, but you know what? Hey, it's a completed pass nonetheless. Great pitch and catch for the South. Coach Johnson opening up a little bit. That's 3 passes in a row. I can tell you that's him using his athletes because we won't pass the ball 3 times in a row on our team. So that's Dave knowing that what he's got on the field is that speed and the athletic ability to do it.
1st and 10. Whoop, my camera had a hiccup. There's my first mistake of the day.
Well, I think we'll let
We
it
got a
slide.
nice shot of the sky just now. Quarterback dropping back over the middle.
Good
she holds
catch.
on to it. And
Good
big
catch.
hit right there. Gain of about 4.
Good catch.
And they're popping out there.
That's 2 completions in a row for Ashley. I think this is something that can really help her and let her grow as a quarterback. That was really good protection up front, though. She wasn't as much under pressure on that time on that pass play as the previous 3. So they kind of slowed down that Norse rushing attack up front.
Yeah. Inside of 6 minutes. I think at this point the South's just trying to get that goose egg off the board.
Yeah, I agree. And I think even if it comes down to it, if he has a chance, he probably would take a field goal shot at it if he could.
There's a snap, quarterback under center, fakes the handoff, throws a swing pass. It's just so much speed on both sides of the ball now.
It is, and it's tough. Normal plays that you see on a field that you normally make on your team don't work out here as much is because of the speed and the knowledge on the field. You can see there, number 5. She wanted to get to the outside, but she stopped. I believe if she would have kept coming to the sideline, she probably could have picked up maybe another yard. But she tried to cut it in, and then she turned in there and saw the linebacker right in her face. So, and you got Caitlin Cox coming into the game. You got Lydia Qualls coming out. I would venture to see something thrown Caitlin's way. Maybe a little hitch and go. Then you got short up top.
I'm looking down at my message. The Gators are saying the North quarterback, the number 2 one is from the Gators.
Okay.
Incomplete.
Number 2 is from the Gators. Okay. It's tough to see their helmets up here. I mean, we just played against them. I would imagine that I'd picked her out, but my mistake. If she's from the Hampton Road Lady Gators, I do apologize. That wasn't intentional. It really is tough to see helmets up here unless you are the assault or if you have a bright red helmet on.
Inside of 3.5 minutes left. 4th down. Big play here for the South. Trying to get that 0 off the board, dropping back. Nice pitch and catch right there. She cut.
And
Fumbled it. Had the 1st down, tried to get a little bit extra and lost the ball.
Again, the difference in the All-Star game, you see Coach Johnson down there highly upset. The difference in the All-Star game is the knowledge. They understand that part of it is they're going to swap for the football. Coach Johnson's upset, and rightfully so. He's putting together a really good drive there. Found something he could do as far as passing the ball. And, when you have a player like Caitlin Cox, who is highly unusual for her to make mental mistakes like that. So, but you get, this heat and everything is getting everybody, but, everybody's got to fight through it. So, what a play on the defense there to strip the ball to end that drive. So I think Coach Johnson understands that that's 2 minutes and 30 seconds left in the game. I think he understands he's not going to get a score in this game.
That's what I like about doing these games, the family atmosphere. People texting me about players on the field during the game. The Gators texting me about their quarterback, number 2. Shashawn texting me about Tuffy down there.
Right.
It's so interactive. And that's what I enjoy about it, and I hope it makes it fun for the fans. Oh, what a shot right there.
Listen, she has got such
that was a bullet.
She has an arm. She is easily, she can throw that ball 50 yards in the air, maybe even 60.
We're going to go back to it real quick, Coach. Here's the bullet right here right there on the screen there.
Look, it just sets back. plants her feet. Look at that. Just a beautiful throw. Perfect
Very nice
execution.
pass. That was that Gator quarterback we were just talking about.
Yes. Now that Gator team, I mean, they are so loaded with athletes. You know, it's tough. They gave Washington Prodigy all they can handle. A very talented team.
Going deep. Face guarding or no? That was close.
In high school football, from what we have been told, we had that happen to us in a game. In high school football, face guarding is legal.
Yeah.
So.
And she had her hands up, but then she kind of turned a little bit, and maybe that gave her the gray area where she got away with it, obviously.
But again, what a throw. I mean, you know,
Yeah.
the throw was a little behind, but it was as accurate as it needed to be to have her make a play on the ball.
Mm-hmm.
So. Yeah, going back to the Hampton Roads Lady Gators, I'm from the Virginia Beach area, so
Yeah.
they are. I mean, there's so much talent down there. It's crazy. So it wasn't a surprise to me at all to see that when that team was formed, that they was going to be as tough as they were. And to
North are
eventually,
hungry, Coach. 15 seconds left. They want to get one more
oh,
on the
they
board.
do. They absolutely do.
Here they
she
go,
goes.
dropping back. Way deep. Look at that
that's
arm.
gonna be well, they didn't throw the
Incomplete.
flag. Is that going to be the game?
That should
That's
be
the
it. That's
game.
it.
That is the game.
What a game here, man. I've enjoyed this. This was fun.
I love it. I've absolutely enjoyed it, and I've had a blast. Congratulations to the North on a 22-0 victory.
Now, they did awards at halftime. Will there be any All-Star awards, or is that – I don't want to leave if
There may be. I don't know. I would anticipate there is a player of the game for both offense and defense. I can see Wendy down here. She has the actual cup for the trophy and a
yeah,
couple
she does have a trophy, doesn't she?
And she has a couple
Okay, we'll
of,
stay here and see what that's about.
Looks like she has a couple of medals to hand out as well. So
Probably like players of the game and so forth of each.
I would imagine.
Yeah.
I would imagine.
So we'll stay here for that. For if they do the awards ceremony over the intercom, we'll try to pick it up. If not, we'll still film it.
Okay.
And since you know most of these ladies, this isn't my normal league, I'll let you try to fill in, who's getting what.
Well, I don't know how well that's. Listen, I did the whole game, didn't even know number 2 was the quarterback
Yeah.
for the Gators. So I don't know if I know him as well as you think I do.
Right. Well, because, some of them are subbing for jerseys that were.
Well, that is true. And we also had a player for the South that had a Gators helmet on up until her helmet did arrive.
That's true.
Well,
Coach, I've enjoyed it, and I certainly
a
hope that
blast.
you guys, the Thunder and the USWFL, invite me back next year.
Well, I hope they do
My
too.
schedule permitting,
Yeah. Absolutely.
Obviously, I'm dedicated to the Pumas down there, but when they're open and off, y'all give me a call. I've had a great time.
Well, I appreciate you having me up, and these last 2 days have been fantastic for me personally. I've enjoyed doing this. I've also enjoyed winning a championship, and I hope that as of right now, everybody in the league is at 0-0. So enjoy the championships, but somebody is going to be trying to take it away next year. So we have a lot of work to do. So do the Prodigy, and so do other teams, and I hope every team puts in the work and the effort to come back and make next year even better.
The final score here for the All-Star Game, 22-0. But it was a well-played game. I mean, the score was a little lopsided, but it was actually a well-played game, with the exception of the 2 or 3 turnovers.
You had, some mistakes. Again, I wouldn't consider them mental as much as they were just unfamiliar mistakes with, maybe some fumbles are the mental ones, but the turnovers as far as interceptions, it's, not knowing the timing with the routes and your missed handoffs because you're just not familiar with the way that back gets the football. But, those things are expected to be, and I think maybe if the clock was not running, possibly would have been a little different story because you had time to, get plays in. But 45 minutes to practice before a game like this, it's extremely tough. for players to get timing down unless you are teams that are sending players like the Prodigy, where you have half your roster showing up. So it's extremely tough. But, for all of the toughness that it took, what a game. I'm extremely proud of every single one of those ladies down there that played this game today.
Looks like they're getting a little photo op down there before the awards.
This is the part of the game that is cherished, I think, the most. Once this picture is published on whatever media, social media, whether it's Facebook or Snapchat or Instagram, the views and the downloads and the saves, some of these ladies are going to cherish this moment. And I know Howard, who this is her last football game, supposedly that's what she says is her last football game. She'll cherish this moment for the rest of her life. I wish I had some stats to read off for her, but based off what I've seen out here, if she played in her career half of what she did just these 2 days, she's had a heck of a career.
Insane. What a player. And all the awards winners at halftime, Gant, on down the line, you got Coach Bell over there. I mean, it's been a great afternoon. And you really couldn't make an argument against any of the awards that were handed out.
Not at all. Not at all. All are deserving of it. You could have went either way for other. I'm sure there was maybe a couple of stats that tilted it, and nobody would have argued. But you can't argue with what the selection was, and congratulations to them. And listen, what about the USWFL? I mean, listen, this is 3 years that they've put together this championship weekend. This
is y'all's third season.
This is I believe it's Dave Johnson's third, or Dave and Jennifer Johnson's third year with the championship. Now they took over midway the first season, so they did have that first championship. This is their second full season, third championship game this weekend, and every time they do it, they put 110% effort into it.
Number two just got an award.
That is.
I can't see the helmet.
I can't.
Gator?
Yep.
Gator. Gator quarterback got the award.
Offensive player.
See if I can identify her by name here.
It's not a surprise. She is a tremendous athlete.
I'm sorry?
It's not a surprise. She's a tremendous athlete. Yeah. She is. I mean, she's got an arm. And then that team down there in Hampton Roads has the capability of being a quick strike offense. Congratulations to her.
I'm trying to. Here we go. Tranisha Hamlin. Tranisha Hamlin with that first award.
Okay.
Number two for the Gators.
Yes.
Assuming these jerseys are matching what they normally wear.
Right. Well, we've seen 3 or 4 players that aren't even on the roster, so I'm hoping we're giving that player justice. And if that is the case, congratulations.
I believe that's Coach Bell talking to the team now, both teams combined. That's Coach Tony Bell. We had Coach Glenn Bell up here with us yesterday. Just want to clarify that real quick. And he's retired. I don't think he's a field coach anymore.
No, I think he is dedicated all his time to that full contact flag football he was talking about yesterday. So I think that's where he's dedicated most of his time, if not all of it. He's a wealth of knowledge too. I really enjoyed spending some time up here with him yesterday.
I'll tell you a story. The first year that I did the USWFL, I interviewed Coach Dave, and he told me. I said, "Well, I asked him, how did you get into this in women's football?" He said, "I came home one day and I told my wife I bought a football league." I said, "How did that go over? How do you explain that to the wife?"
Well, the USWFL was going to be sold to somebody. Dave decided that if it was going to be sold to somebody, it should be sold to somebody that wants to do things the right way. And at the time, he was still the owner of the Thunder. And so he didn't mention it to me at all whether or not he was going to do it or not. He had mentioned to me that the USWFL was in disarray. then, he tells his wife, and then I ended up talking to him on the phone, and he says, hey, I bought the USWFL. So he's a go-getter. He's a hands-on guy. He wants to make sure it's going to get done right. I know he gets a lot of attention as far as not trying to do things right, but I'll tell you that I don't have a lot of individuals in my circle, but Dave Johnson he's a fair guy. He's tough but fair.
I was trying to pull up something real quick. I'd make sure I had last names right. One people I need to thank. First off, I want to thank the Johnsons for allowing me to come up here, making it possible. Dave and Jennifer,
Yes.
the league owners, also owners and coaches of the Thunder. I want to thank them. Mike, I want to thank you, man.
Thank you. It's
It's been a
pleasure.
blast. I've enjoyed it. Glenn, if you're watching and listening, man, well, I appreciate you last night as well. My wife, I got to thank my wife. She lets me do this.
Absolutely.
Got to thank her. I don't think I could come home and tell her I bought a football league. I don't know how well that would go over. But I want to thank my wife, baby. I'll be home tonight, hopefully before 3 a.m. And did I miss anybody? The teams in the league, the players making this possible. I mean, it's been a lot of fun, but it wouldn't happen without them on the field.
Right, absolutely. And the passion that they played with in this All-Star game, even the passion for last night, just speaks volumes of how much and truly they care and that are passionate about this game of football. So it's been a blast.
All right, man. Well, I'm gonna sign it out. Thank you, folks at home, for watching. We appreciate the input from you folks that texted me and everything. The Gators. Go ahead.
I give a shout out to my wife, Andrea.
Go
Wallace.
ahead.
I love you. Thank you for allowing me to come do this today.
You better get that in there.
Yes, she is the rock of the family, and I appreciate it and love her more than life itself. So thank you. And
you're going for the steak dinner.
I am tonight. The steak dinner. Listen, I know when I'm messed up sometimes, so we're gonna go all out. So.
All right, on behalf of everybody of the USWFL, these All-Star Players, award winners, we're going to sign out. Thank you for watching this presentation of the USWFL All-Star team. We'll see you next year, man, hopefully.
Looking forward to it.
All right. Y'all have a great weekend. Thanks for watching, everybody.